my name is Kate and welcome to my channel once again. I hope you guys are okay. I hope you guys have been well. I hope you're having a good afternoon so far because it's afternoon on my side. And if you are new to my channel, you're so welcome to my channel. Do not forget to join the family by hitting the subscribe button. If you are a returning subscriber, you guys, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for always supporting my channel. Now, before I go into today's vlog, I wanted to let you guys know that I started a podcast. It's called Kate in the Morning. It's very interesting. I'm not even a morning person, but I decided to call it Kate in the Morning, and I will leave a link on the description bar below. You guys can check it out. I have, I think, one of two episodes out. At this point, I have 2 episodes out, and yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I kind of did start a podcast. Anyway, so I think we are just going to get straight on to today's vlog. Another thing, obviously, if you hear any background noise, I'm so sorry about that. Now, on to today's vlog. I'm going to talk about my microblading experience. I don't know if you guys can see my eyebrows, but this is how I go to sleep and this is how I wake up every morning. My eyebrows are looking all slicked up. So I did participate in a giveaway where the winner was to be done for free microblading. It's actually ombre browing. The specific thing that I did was ombre browing. It's more or less the same as a microblading. And before I went into it, I did a lot of research about microblading. Honestly, I'm going to insert a few snaps that I used to take while documenting the process because I wanted to document the process. I'm also going to insert a few videos on when the process was being done. I also took a few clips so that you guys can see what I am talking about. Now, I think we are already 1 month down ever since I microbladed my eyebrows, and I had mine done by, her name is Santana Permanent Makeup. I will also leave her details on the description bar below. She is in Kisumu actually. It's a lot of people thought that because I was doing a documentary of this on my Instagram, and a lot of people thought that whoever did my microblading, she came all the way from Nairobi to Kisumu just to do for me my microblading. But no, if you're in Kisumu right now, there are a few people doing microblading and they're doing very good job. Just look for them. One of them is at Santana Permanent Makeup. I will leave her details in the description bar below. So my microblading was done at home. She was kind enough to come over to my place, and the first thing we did was consultancy. I had a few questions that I wanted to ask, and she actually did answer them to my satisfaction. And yes, so after consultation, we went in and did how is it called, mapping. We went in and did mapping. So during the mapping process, she just drew my eyebrows to the shape that I wanted, and then she also concealed them, just to make them a little bit presentable. And also we went in a few times to do correction, to correct a few places that I was not happy with. It's a permanent thing, so she had to get it right. So after mapping, we went straight into the procedure, and before the procedure, she showed me all the tools that she was using. She wanted me to make sure that all the tools are new and they are not unsealed. You can never be too careful. So yeah, that was that. Now, I didn't do numbing at all. I kind of wanted to test my pain tolerance, and I think it was kind of painful. The experience was painful. It is painful because it's a needle pricking your skin, so it's not that painful because I did go through it without the numbing cream or whatever for the pain, but I kind of took painkillers after the whole procedure. And the thing was, at first it was not that painful. At some point you'll hear me talking about
It's not really painful.
They do the first round and then they go back in again like two times. Excuse me, bless me. And then I feel like what made me feel pain at the most was like when they go in it again for the second and the third time, because the needle keeps pricking the same place like 2-3 times, and that was the most painful part of it. But when they just started on it, like, it was not that painful, but when they had to go in again, it was, according to me, it was painful. I was very, very anxious. I was sweating because I'm not really a big fan of needles, so I was very anxious. But she kept like talking to me, and just to get my mind off the pain or whatever was going on. Like, she was really kind. Honestly, she was very, very kind, and that's one thing that I liked about her. And she also let me take breaks in between. It's a 3 out of 10. If I'm rating the pain, it's like a 3 out of 10. It's not that bad, you guys, honestly. I had a little bit of bleeding, but she said that if you take all that blood and you combine it, it won't even make a drop of blood, so it wasn't that bad. But you're not supposed to bleed. I don't know why you're not supposed to bleed, yet the needle is pricking your skin. But for me, I kind of did bleed, but it was so little, like very, very little. And then another thing is I did swell a bit, but the next day the swelling went down. Now, the worst part about this whole microblading experience is water. I couldn't wash my face. I couldn't do my facial routine, and let me tell you, my face, it went from 0 to 100 real quick, because I was not doing my facial, just using a piece of cloth to like wipe my face. But I couldn't really, like, water couldn't really go on my face, especially on my eyebrows. Soap couldn't really go on my face, especially on my eyebrows, because it's an open wound, and you don't want things going in an open wound, because we are avoiding infections and bacteria going into the area. So I couldn't really do my facial routine for about 3 days, and my face was, but I feel like that was the worst part about it. But I kind of did research, and some people start to wash their face immediately after the procedure. From day one, they just keep washing their face. Water goes on their eyebrows. I don't know how that works. I took 3 days. There are some people who are being told to take like 7 days without washing your face, without water or any other substance going into the area, because like I said, it's like an open wound, so we are avoiding infection. Like, the third day I started peeling. It was so itchy, but you can't really like you're not supposed to pick on the cards. You're not supposed to like scratch your eyebrows, or they're itchy. You are allowed to scratch around because they itch as hell. Like, it was very, very itchy. So I feel like that was another thing that was very uncomfortable, the itchiness. But for some reason, it's like 1 month down the line, and sometimes I feel very, very itchy, but I'm not peeling. I was peeling on day 6, and between day 4 and day 6 I was peeling, and it was horrible. At some point I couldn't get out of the house because I got so freaked out. It was looking very, very weird. I will insert a clip on that. It was looking very, very ashy. I couldn't like go out. I couldn't, no, I just couldn't. So yeah, that was that. Another thing is, someone asked if my eyebrow disappeared, because when you do research when it comes to microblading, they say when it peels off it kind of tends to disappear, and mine did not disappear actually. So I don't know, I feel like different people have different experience, but mine did not disappear at all, but I did peel. And then another thing is, I didn't see the at some point people talk about, oh, it was dark. Excuse me. Like I said, when you're going into such things, personally, I like to do my research as much as I can. So I did research, and some people were like, oh my god, my eyebrows are so dark, what is happening, what's going on. But for me, it wasn't that dark. Like, I didn't even notice it being dark, but I feel like it's because when I used to do my eyebrows naturally, when I used to just draw my eyebrows before the microblading, I used to shade them very dark. So I feel like that's why I didn't see any difference whether it was too dark or not too dark. But someone did tell me at some point that your eyebrows are looking darker today. But I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't, personally, I didn't like feel it or see it. It was not really a scary thing, because people talk about when it's dark, it's scary. When it peels, it's scary. When it disappears, it scares you. Like, it kind of freaks you out. But for me, I think I kind of just had a smooth experience. I didn't have the disappearing of color, but when it disappears, it reappears again, like after a few days, and it's really nothing to worry about. But for me, I didn't have the disappearing. I had the peeling and the darkening as well, which I didn't notice, but someone else noticed, so I think it kind of darkened. And at some point when they were peeling, I used to just use some Vaseline, the original Vaseline without any scent or anything. I used that with just to help the scabs to fall off, because you're not supposed to peel them out. So that is what I was doing for the aftercare, and not having water go on my face. But after the third day, I could wash my face. Oh, there was also a time where my eyebrows felt very, very tight. Like, I couldn't move them at all. They felt very tight. I think that was on day 3 or around day 4. They felt very, very tight. And I think that was the time they also started being itchy. And then someone asked me on Instagram, how long does it take? How long do they last? And honestly, it kind of just depends with how you're taking care of them, because they tend to it tends to stay for 2 to 5 years, but it depends with how you're taking care of them, especially the first few days after microblading, because mine can stay longer, and then for someone else, after 3 years, it's already fading away, and you wonder, but you have to like really take care of yourself on the first week or the first 7 days after the process. You have to like really, really be careful on the things you're doing on your eyebrows. So I feel like it just depends. The amount of time depends with how you are taking care of your eyebrows the first 7 days of after the procedure. And then someone also asked me, will I ever trim my eyebrows again, or now they're just like that permanently? Unfortunately, it does not really affect the flow of hair. Like, hair just grows as it should. Like mine, I'm supposed to trim them because they are growing out, so I need to trim them. Like, where hair is misbehaving, I need to trim them. I don't know if you can see, I think it's on this eyebrow, on the upper part. Like, it kind of looks weird. I don't know if you can see, guys, but it kind of looks weird. If you see me, like, it kind of looks weird, or if I look myself in the mirror, it kind of looks weird because hair is kind of growing out, so I kind of need to trim it, but it doesn't, the process doesn't really affect the growth of hair or hair flow. I don't know if can you guys hear a baby crying somewhere? I hope you're not. Please, I hope not. Anyway, moving forward. So yeah, I feel like that was my experience. There's what else? I feel like that's it. There's nothing much to it. But, and I hope I've answered all your questions for everyone who has been asking. But since people have been asking the same questions, I hope I have answered most of the questions, if not all. But that was my experience, and like I said, for now I'm okay. I can conceal them to whatever shape I want, because I had mine thick. I do my eyebrows thick as well. Before microblading, I used to do my eyebrows thick as well, but sometimes I just feel like I don't want them thick, so I'll just conceal them, and I just have the perfect shape. Yeah, and I'm very grateful that I did do microblading, because it takes me under 5 minutes to do my eyebrows. If you are not a lady, let me tell you today, it takes, like, makeup takes longer because of the eyebrows and the blending of the other things, foundation and concealer. But eyebrows is one thing that takes a lot of time if you want to get it right. Because when I was, even while I was mapping, like, the whole procedure, by the way, took around 2 to 2.5 hours, because we took 30 minutes to shape the eyebrows. And every time, like, where I didn't like it, like, she has to go back in and correct it, because this is something that's permanent, and you want to get it right. You don't want to be walking out here looking funny with funny eyebrows. So we kind of took like 30 minutes mapping alone. And then, like, the other 2 hours we went in, the procedure took the other 2 hours, the drawing and the shading and all that. So yeah, now when I'm doing my makeup, it takes like under 5 minutes to do my eyebrows. Imagine. And I'm such a happy person, because it saves my time so much, big time. So yeah, microblading, I feel like it's a good thing. It's like tattooing too. It's like tattooing. Someone also asked me that, is it like tattooing? I think it's like tattooing, because I've taken someone to get their tattoo done, and I think it was just the same thing. But with the tattoo, the tattoo needle is a bit bigger than whatever needle I was using. So yeah, it's just like tattooing as well. So I hope this video is helpful. Prices, it really depends with where you want your microblading done. There are people who do it from as low as 8,000 Kenyan shillings. There are people who do it for as high as 50, 40, 60,000 Kenyan shillings. So like I said, it really depends with where you're doing your microblading. But if you want to, you can participate in giveaways. I also saw another giveaway where winners are supposed to get free microblading, and I don't know, I think it ended, but I didn't participate in that because I already have mine microbladed. But you can take part in giveaways, and then you can have it for free, or you can just save money and do it. Let me tell you, it saves a lot of time. And eyebrows are, they really change the, what do you say, face appearance or whatever it is. But like, they really, if you, even if you're not doing a full face makeup, but you're doing your eyebrows, you can still always look very good and always presentable at the end of the day. So yeah, take care of your eyebrows, do your eyebrows right always. I think we have come to the end of this video. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new to my channel. And also, like I said, I have a podcast. You guys can go and listen to some of the episodes that I have. I will leave the link in the description bar. I'll see you guys on my next vlog. Bye guys.